بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Now we are moving on to the اسم الفاعل and the اسم المفعول. These are also اسم عامل شبه الفعل. So الضرب الثاني, the second type of nouns which do عمل are the مشتقات بمعنى الفعل. Now you have to put بمعنى الفعل because all مشتقات don't do عمل الفعل. Which مشتقات don't do عمل الفعل? اسم ظرف, اسم الآلة. So we put بمعنى الفعل المشتقة بمعنى الفعل because the اسم الآلة is also مشتق. That's not عامل in itself. It can be مضاف but it's not اسم العامل. اسم الظرف. So these are not عامل. Yes, we have المشتق has the meaning of a فعل. Which is the meaning of a فعل? اسم الفاعل, اسم المفعول, صيغة المبالغة, الصفة المشبهة باسم الفاعل, اسم التفضيل. Those will have a ضمير, those will have a مفعول به, etc. etc. अच्छा. So فاعل المشتقات بمعنى الفعل. Yes. So the فاعل. So when you have a mushtaq, so when you have a mushtaq in the meaning of a فعل, it's فاعل. So the فاعل of those mushtaqat which are in the meaning of a فعل can be the following situations. Are you following? Scenario number one. It can be اسم ظاهر. Not ضمير, مستتر. What is it going to be? اسم ظاهر. For example, ربنا, O our Lord, أخرجنا من هذه القرية الظالم أهلها. O our Lord, take us out from this village whose people are oppressive. We had one friend in Madrasa, so he had learned all the Rabbanas. We in Darulum, staying in Darulum, so he learned all the Rabbanas. So he made this dua. So you're not thinking of the meaning of it, he made this dua. So he's saying, and then he's referring to the teachers of the students, his classmates. Okay, so Rabbana, O our Lord, meaning here, this is referring to Ahlu Makkah. Yes, so Ahluha. Or the fa'il can be a zamirun mustatirun. The fa'il can be what? A zamirun mustatir. Now here, inni khalikum basharan. So basharan becomes the maf'ulun bihi. And khalikun is the ism al-fa'il. And zamir mustatir here is ana. Ay ana. So now the fa'il is a zamir ism zahir or zamirun mustatir. Okay? Acha. Okay, you following? So there's a general rule regarding the mushtaqat. So the mushtaqat بمعنى الفعل, they must have, apart from, remember the masdar doesn't have a ضمير مستتر. The fa'il is always going to be a ظاهر. If there's no fa'il ظاهر, there's no fa'il at all. And all of the others, whether it's fa'il, مفعول به, or the اسم الظرف, no اسم الظرف, اسم مبالغة, اسم مشبه, they all have a ضمير either, a fa'il either ضمير or ظاهر. Yes, it can be ظاهر or مستتر. أچا. Now let's go through the mushtaqat بمعنى اسم الفاعل. Let's go through the mushtaqat in the meaning of a fa'il. The first one is ism al-fa'il. You following? What does it do? It is amal. What amal does it do? وَهُوَ يَعْمَلُ أَمَلَ فَعْلِهِ الْمَعْلُومِ. It does the same amal as the fa'il ma'loom. What does it do? The same amal as the fa'il ma'loom. So you'll have a fa'il, maf'ul bihi accordingly. For example, إِنِّي خَالِقٌ بَشَرٌ. So خَلَقَ يَخْلُقُ خَلْقًا means to create. So you'll have a fa'il. What's a fa'il? Zamir mustatir. What's a maf'ul bihi? Basharan. Acha. Now, the ism al-fa'il, and this rule also applies to the ism al-maf'ul. For it to do amal, there has to be a few conditions. For it to do amal, there must be a few conditions. What's the conditions? Number one, it can be a mu'arraf bil-lam. What can it be? Mu'arraf bil-lam. So if the ism al-fa'il or the ism al-maf'ul is mu'arraf bil-lam, it will do ya'malu mutlaqan fi fa'ilihi. So مطلقا في فاعله مستترا أو ظاهرا وفي المفاعل وغيرها. Let's look at the text. So the اسم الفاعل which is معرف باللام. So the اسم الفاعل معرف باللام. So if the اسم الفاعل has alif lam on it, how will it do amal? What's the مفعول مطلق of, this is مفعول مطلق of the يعمل. It will do amal in all circumstances. Once there's alif lam, what can it do? Amal. What will do amal in? Number one, the ism al-fa'il and also the ism al-mafa'il. Yes? So situation number one, the the ismul maf'ul or the ismul fa'il have what? Alif lam. Is there any conditions, any other conditions? What will they have? Fa'il, maf'ul bihi, maf'ul lahu, maf'ul bihi, maf'ul mathani, all of them. Are you following? So if the ismul fa'il is marraf bil lam, it will do amal in all situations. It can do amal in the mustatir, in the zahir, in the mafa'il, the tamiz, the hal, etc. Is that clear? What's the example here? Same example here. رَبَّنَا أَخْرِجْنَا مِنْ هَذِهِ الْقَرْيَةِ الظَّالِمِ أَهْلُهَا. What's the ismul fa'il in the sentence? Yes? What's the ismul fa'il in the sentence? Al-Zalim. So it has alif lam, ya'malu, amila, mutlaqan. There's no other condition we need to have. It is amal, and what's this? The fa'il. Yes? If I say, for example, رَأَيْتُ الظَّالِمَ رأيت الظالم الناس دائما ظلما كثيرا. I can say ظالم is what? اسم الفاعل. Is it alif lam? It is amalan mutlaqan. No other condition necessary. What happens now? It is amal in all conditions, and you have a maf'ul bihi, maf'ul fi, maf'ul mutlaq in all the mafa'il, etc. Are you following me? You got it? Everybody following? This clear to everybody? Achha. Another example here. فَالتَّالِيَاتِ ذِكْرًا. So the taliyat is got what? Ismul fa'il is ma'arraf bil lam. That's the maf'ul. That's the maf'ul mutlaq or maf'ul bihi according to different tafasir. Are you following me? Achha. Situation number 2, it's not what? It's not ma'arraf bil lam. What is it? Munakkar, meaning it's nakira. So what will you do now? You do amal fi fa'ilihi mustatiran. If the fa'il is zamir mustatir, you will do amal mutlaqan. Okay? What happens here now? If it's nakira, so now we have here وَهُوَ قَائِمٌ. This is what? Ismu fa'il, correct? What's the state of ismu fa'il? Ma'rifa nakira? Nakira. So to do amal mutlaqan, is there other conditions? Other conditions. The fa'il is zamir mustatir. So it can also do amal mutlaqan here. Yes? What does it have here? The ana, the huwa is zamir mustatir inside. So there's amal. Are you following me? Yes? Okay? Yes?
I don't really understand the bit where it says
okay, let's look at it here. We have ismul fa'il. What do we have? What amal does the ismul fa'il do? We say, well, it's either going to be mu'arraf bil lam or it's going to be nakira. If it's mu'arraf bil lam, what does it do? Amal in all cases. It is amal in the fa'il is mustatir. It is amal if the zamir is zahir. It is amal in the mafa'il. So as long as the ismul fa'il, for example, ad-darib, alif lam, it will do amal in the fa'il and also in the mafa'il. Are you following me? Yes? Correct? If it's now daribun, it will do amal in the zamir mustatir, mutlaqan. You following? And for it to do amal in the fa'il of the zahir or fa'il, mafa'il, etc., it has to have conditions. Are you understand the summary? So if we have alif lam, it is amal in both types of fa'il, and it is amal in the zahir without any other conditions. If the is nakira like daribun always does amal in the mustatir. So it always has to have mustatir. But for it to have an ismul zahir, for example, if I say daribun huwa, can I say Zaidun daribun abahu? Let's get abahu. Zaidun abidun rabbahu. Can I make it rabbahu? Is that correct? Like, well, it will do amal in the fa'il, huwa. But can I have rabbahu as a maf'ul bihi? Is a shart found? You have to look at the shart. So when it's nakira, it will have zamir mustatir. But for it to have as fa'il as a zahir, not mustatir, or to have mafa'il has a few other conditions. Are you following? What are the conditions? We'll discuss it. We'll go back to the conditions.
So when it's a mustatir, then you can...
It always is amal.
Can you do عمل like مفعول به like all of them.
But depends if it's mu'arraf billah or not mu'arraf billah.
If it's nakira
If it's nakira
and it's mustatir,
and it's then the zamir mustatir will always be ma'mul.
so you have a مفعول به and everything.
No. If it's daribun always has to have a what inside? Mustatir huwa. But can you have a zamir? The ism zahir zamir. The fa'il as a no, I'm committing myself. Can you have the fa'il as a ism zahir? Like, for example, هذا ضارب زيد. Can Zayd be the fa'il of daribun? That's not zahir. Is the shart found or not? Check the shart. Is this clear?
So even for مفعول به and مفعول فيه you have to see if that's short.
The shart is found. So we can look at it two ways. We can look at it based on this. So if it's mu'arraf bil lam, what's the conditions?
Then you can do anything.
No conditions. If the ismul fa'il is what? Nakira, there are conditions for it to do amal upon what? The zahir. All the apparent nouns. The zahir fa'il or zahir maf'ul bihi. No conditions to do amal upon the mustatir. Are you following? So let's recap. If I got ad-darib, it's as-sami' and sami'un. What does sami' do amal upon? G. As-sami'. What does it do amal upon? Everything, no conditions. What does sami' do amal upon? Zamir mustatir, in all conditions. And the zahir, fa'il and zahir mafa'il, conditions. So let's move on. Let's click on the screen for me. Okay. So now the munakkar will do amal in its fa'il bisharti an yakun. So the ismul munakkar will do amal in the fa'il with the zahir or the mafa'il with a few conditions. Number one, it has to be in the meaning of hal or istiqbal. It has to be which meaning? The meaning of the present or the future. It cannot be in the meaning of what? What's left? Past, madhi. It cannot do amal in the meaning of what? If it's a meaning of past tense, it cannot do amal. It can only do amal when it's in the meaning of hal or mustaqbil, present or future. And that's number one. Because condition number one is what? Hal or mustaqbil. Condition number two, any of the following. It must be mu'tamid. It must come after any of the following. Any of the following. If it comes after any of the following, then, and it's also in the meaning of hal and mustaqbil, it can do what? It can do amal. For example, وَكَلْبُهُمْ بَاسِطٌ. So look here, we have بَاسِطٌ, we have آثِمٌ, مُخْلِصٌ, رَاغِبٌ, نَاصِرٌ. All of these are what? Ismul fa'il. Now, in this situation, آثِمٌ, مُخْلِصٌ, رَاغِبٌ, نَاصِرٌ are all in the meaning of hal mustaqbil. In Surah Kahf, وَكَلْبُهُمْ بَاسِطٌ is not past tense. It's past tense relative to us. But the way the story is being narrated, has been narrated in which tense? The present tense. So you know, hikayatul hal, you're narrating the present tense. So I can say, I went into the room and the man was sitting. So meaning-wise, is it present or past? Past. But the way I'm narrating is what? He's sitting on the floor, he's taking the food into his hands. The light goes off. It's all hal. So the hikayatul hal, I'm expressing it in the present tense. So even though in meaning it is past tense, the structure is what? Hikayatul hal is present tense. So in all of these, the first condition is being met. Is that clear? Is this clear to everybody? Acha. Now, if second condition, it must come after any of the following. It must come after mubtada. So now what do we have here? وَكَلْبُهُمْ is mubtada. So now basitun is amal in what? ذِرَائِهِ and bil-wasid. ذراعه is مفعول به and بالوصيل مفعول فيه بواسطة حرف جر. فإنه آثم. What's إنه? What's إنه? Is it مبتدا? No. It's technically is. What is it? إنه. It's not مبتدا. It's the ism of إنه. إنه. What's who? But isn't ism إنه the same as مبتدا really in that meaning? So في حكم المبتدا. So even technically speaking, it's not مبتدا. What is it? في حكم المبتدا. في حكم المبتدا means what? ما كان مبتدأ قبل دخول الناسخ. Before كان came, before إن came, what was it? mubtada. So ismu inna, ismu kana is also including. So فَإِنَّهُ آثِمٌ قَلْبُهُ. So in here, آثِم is ismul fa'il. What does it do amal upon? The ismun zahir qalbuhu. Indeed, whoever does this, his heart is sinful. So qalbuhu is a fa'il, which is zahir of, ismu zahir of آثِمٌ. Dhul hal. So فَعْبُدِ اللَّهَ مُخْلِصًا. What is mukhlisan becoming into i'rab? Hal. What's the dhul hal? Anta. Fa'bud anta. So now mukhlisan is in the meaning of hal, is preceded by a dhul hal. What's the dhul hal? The anta inside. So therefore it's doing amal upon ad-deen. Deen can be maf'ul bihi of mukhlisan. And lahu is also the maf'ul bihi, maf'ul lahu. Hamza istifham. So you have is istifham. Raghibun is what ismul? Fa'il. So now anta becomes the fa'il of raghibun. Raghibun anta an alihati ya Ibrahim. So in this situation, this came before in other examples, but raghib ismul fa'il, anta is the fa'il of the ismul fa'il. Why? It's in the meaning of hal, and also the raghibun comes after istifham. Or harfun nafin. Ma nasirun zaydun amran. So nasirun is in the meaning of hal, or mustaqbil is not helping or will not help. Zayd will not help. It follows a ma. So therefore, nasirun has a ismul has a fa'il zahir, and also has a maf'ulun bihi. Okay? We'll stop here, continue inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli wa nusallimu ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. So inshallah we continue with the ismul fa'il, and we've reached here. وَيَجُوزُ فِي الْمَعْمُولِ الْمُتَّصِلِ بِاسْمِ الْفَاعِلِ. When we have the ma'mul, okay, of the ismul fa'il, the ma'mul can either be muttasil, meaning between the ismul fa'il and the ma'mul is no fasila, or there's a fasila. When there's no fasila, it is possible to have two amal. So here, one is al-raf'u, one is nasbu. For example, فَإِنَّهُ آثِمٌ إِنِّي خَالِقٌ. Okay? Are you following me? Achha. When we have آثِم ismul fa'il, qalbuhu is the ma'mul, and bashan is also the ma'mul. So you can have the fa'il, you can also have what? Maf'ul bihi. So you can do lihaz and consider the i'rab lafzi. I'rab mahalli and lafzi is the same thing basically. It's marfu because fa'il, and it's mansub because it's maf'ul bihi. Wal idhafa. You can also do idhafa and have i'rab lafzi and mahalli is different. For example, inna rabbaka, indeed your Lord. Now we have here wasi'un is ismul fa'il, but because it's mudhaf, it has a meaning of sifat mushabbah to ismul fa'il. We have inni ja'ilu. Correct? Now here, the ma'mul is al-maghfirah, the ma'mul is ka. In this situation, we can also have idhafa. So al-maghfirah becomes mudhafun ilay lafzan. What is it? In both scenarios, it's mudhafun ilay lafzan. And in here, this is fa'ilun or marfu'un mahallan. Why is it marfu'un mahallan? Fa'ilun of the wasi'. Ay inna rabbaka wasi'ul maghfirah. Ay inna rabbaka ay wasi'un maghfiratuhu. Wasi'un maghfiratuhu. Ay here, innahu athimun qalbuhu. Ay wasi'un maghfiratuhu. But this idhafa makes it a bit easier to pronounce, easier to enunciate. It's got idhafa lafziyya, not ma'nawiyya. So in here, the mudhaf ilay, you have idhafa structure, but it's actually mahallan marfu'. Wa inni ja'iluka, ja'il is ismul fa'il, but the ka is actually is mudhafun ilay lafzan, wa mahallan is actually mansub because maf'ulun bihi. Are you following? So you can do nasab and rafa' bi'tibari al-lafzi wal mahal, or idhafa bi'tibari al-lafz, and then mahal becomes marfu' or mansub. Achha. وَيَجِبُ فِي الْمَعْمُولِ الْمُنْفَصِلِ النَّسَبِ. Whenever it's munfasil, any ma'mul munfasil is never going to be what? Mudhaf ilay. No, it's not going to be marfu', it's always going to be mansub. So for example, inni ja'il fil ardi khalifa. Ja'ilun is what? Ja'ilun is the ismul fa'il. Ja'ilun is the ismul fa'il. And then khalifatan becomes a maf'ulun bihi. But because it's munfasil, it has to have a maf'ul slot. So it's mansub. So in summary, The ma'mul can either muttasil or munfasil. When it's munfasil, it's always going to be mansoob, the maf'ul bihi slot. When it's muttasil, it can have the fa'il slot or the maf'ul bihi slot, or it can have a mudaf ilayh slot. But in that scenario, mahallan is either going to be marfu or mansoob. Is that clear? Yes. We have now ism al-maf'ul. The ism al-maf'ul is just like ism al-fa'il. All the same rules apply. The only difference is وَهُوَ يَعْمَلُ أَمَلَ فَعْلِهِ الْمَجْهُولِ. It doesn't do the amal of the fa'il al-ma'lum, it's amal of the fa'il al-majhul. What's amal of fa'il al-majhul? Has a naib al-fa'il instead of fa'il. ذَلِكَ يَوْمٌ مَجْمُوءٌ لَهُ النَّاسِ. So now that is a day for which people will be gathered. So majmu'un, there's a mistake in here. Not here. Here, ويجب في المعمول المفرد النسب أو الرفع. الرفع. I'm not sure if we can have rafa here. For example, it can't. When it says يجب في المعمول, it's لا يجوز الإضافة basically. You can't have إضافة. You can probably have a rafa because of this here. Look. Here. So let's explain this masala first. So majmu'un is what? What's majmu'un? Ismul what? Maf'ul. An-Nas becomes the naib al-fa'il. Naibul. You following me? Yes, is it clear? Now what do we have here between the ma'mul and the ism al-fa'il, ism al-maf'ul? Ism al-fasil. But what do we have? A rafa. So what this is supposed to say actually here, this wording is confusing. It's with an-nasbu wal-raf'u meaning لا يجوز الإضافة في المعمول المنفصل. That's what it is. You can have a marfu' a mansoob slot. We can't have what slot? إضافة slot. So basically يجوز في المعمول المتصل الإضافة. So when it's muttasil, you can make it mudaf ilayh. When it's munfasil, it can't be mudaf ilayh. Obviously because mudaf ilayh never have fasl between the two of them. Are you following? So this is a bit long-winded. So the summary is, if it's munfasil, no idafa. No idafa. If it's muttasil, you can have idafa. Idafa is permissible. So this text is it's not me phrased properly. I need to rephrase it. So when I'll work on it and restructure it. You understand what's happening here? So basically it's too long-winded. It is basically saying when it's muttasil you can do idafa and you have i'rab, lafz in i'rab mahalli. That's what it's saying here. Subhanallah wa bihamdi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.